beautiful natural coach. My team and I, InnerLifeSkills, we're here to support your growth from natural coach to in-demand go-to master coach, out there making a living, making a difference. So let's wrap our minds around ICF competencies. Oh my word, it took me years to get all the acronyms right, and I still would challenge anyone to say some of their acronyms like ACTP and ACSTH and CCE several times fast. They're real tongue twisters. So let's dive into each of the ICF competencies now. And as promised, I want to show you some skills and some methods that really make a massive difference across all of the competencies. Starting with A, foundation demonstrates ethical practice. You'll see as a reminder, if you didn't watch the previous video, that I have two little icons here. The little check mark means these are implied competencies. You're not likely going to be able to prove the competency with evidence in a coaching session, because these things happen before a session, right? They're part of your mindset, they're part of your role, they're part of your growth and development as a coach. So we're going to be emphasizing the ones that I've marked with this little symbol, because that's really opportunities to prove coaching competency with evidence in the session. So that's what you say, how you say it, when you say it, and maybe why. The definition is understands and consistently applies coaching ethics and standards of coaching. So of course this is the ICF laying down their high standards of ethics, demonstrates personal integrity and honesty in interactions with clients, sponsors, and relevant stakeholders is there, is sensitive to clients' identity, environment, experiences, values, and beliefs, uses language appropriate and respectful to clients, sponsors, and relevant stakeholders. It's starting to sound a little bit like a legal contract. Yes. Abides by the ICF Code of Ethics and upholds core values. Maintains confidentiality with clients, information per stakeholder agreements and pertinent laws. So you can see the context here. Coaching has matured over the years. And because of the explosion in the coaching industry, where sometimes we think everyone and their uncles, aunties, cousin is becoming a coach, right? Therefore, you get the good, the bad, and the ugly versions of coaching naturally in the world. So you're watching this video because you're interested in high levels of coaching competency. And of course, the ICF have really put in a lot of work over the years. They're a not-for-profit, and they have interviewed stakeholders. They have done their research to create these competencies. And this first part of the foundation of competencies, you can tell, is really to weed out unethical practice, to draw a line in the sand that says professional coaches honor and respect all these things. Now, if of course you're already doing this for incredible reasons, wanting to make a difference, if integrity and honesty and respect are all part of who you are, then these are super easy, no-brainers, tick them off and move on. The one worth emphasizing here is maintains the distinction between coaching, consulting, psychotherapy, and other support professions, which is why I've emphasized it, and I'll go into some detail in a moment. And then the last one, refers clients to other support professionals as appropriate. Again, that's implied. You're not exactly going to submit a recording of you coaching someone that you couldn't coach because they needed to be referred out to another type of professional service. So here are the things that need to be in place to support that distinction and really just to make sure that you've got this competency in the bag. Go check out the code of ethics that the ICF have on their website and make sure that you're resonant with those ethics, if you feel comfortable with them, if you feel like, yeah, I can line up with this kind of ethical integrity, then thumbs up. You need to understand the role of a coach. And this is the distinction, right? That it's not teacher, mentor, consultant, or therapist, even though coaching fully complements these. And often our skills as mentors and leaders and teachers become enhanced through learning to coach. More than 80% of the graduates through my InnerLifeSkills Master Coaching school are actually what I call blended coaches. They've learned the art and science of coaching, but they mix it in with their roles as managers, etc. But of course, to master these competencies and to prove these competencies, we need to be able to show that we can coach and that we know the difference. And here is the key distinguisher, that we are consistently, mostly not giving advice. A little hint of it here or there is probably allowable, but you're safer, especially in terms of assessments, proving that you can facilitate a full coaching session and empower and facilitate growth and aha moments and insights without telling someone what to do. That when you give feedback, it's offered. That feedback is feedback and not positioned as a fact. And that there's an overall tone of asking permission and inviting and inquiring instead of telling. Here's my 2-minute quick, easy way to explain and understand the difference between these roles. The mentor, the trainer, the teacher stands on the top of the mountain representing, I have found a way, I can offer you advice and guidance as the client walks up the mountain, telling them, here is a way for you. The counselor sits at base camp, the therapist, the psychologist, and yes, of course, there are overlapping roles here. You can see that. But the counselor says, what way have you walked already? The counselor is looking more at the past, helping the client through traumas that they may be carrying on their journey thus far. The coach walks with the client up the mountain, asking the client, what way do you want to walk? Why? And helping the client to find those inner resources. I would like to say that Inner Life Skills Coaching in particular, we've worked really hard to make sure that our style and methodology helps you to build wells for your client along the way so that they can overcome their inner obstacles and access their inner wealth. It's something that we specialize in. So if you're clear on the difference between counselor role, mentor trainer role, and coach role, you can give a thumbs up and move to the next competency.